6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Through Black and White Eyes as we welcome the Mackems. After a disastrous weekend for both clubs, let's just say the least. North East football, not a happy place at the moment. North East Twitter, even worse. Before we get the guys in, welcome to the next episode of Geordies v Mackems. Not a great weekend for us, just said all that. Well done, Leslie. Please like, share, subscribe, hype both channels. It's all free. So if you want to go and find Mackem Cabbie's channel, you just go into the description. It's right at the top. Click on it. Go and subscribe because we'll be on there next Monday. And anyone who's watching that next Monday or watching tonight and are Sunderland fans, don't forget to hit the subscribe button here as well because the whole idea of it is we share the show. Please adhere to standard community guidelines and keeps comments respectful. Apologies to all Jules who are not passed on the messages like Jules. We love you. You can't make every show. That's absolutely fine. We understand. Can't wait to see you in the hubby up on the 27th of February. Scott's waiting to come on. Gaz is in the house again, as always. Great to see you, Gary. I know you have, mate. You've done that a long time ago. Oh, you subscribed to Mackem Cabbie's channel. Brilliant. Well done, Gary, because obviously you'll be wanting to chat and join in on the show next Monday, as you always do. Right. We are outnumbering them tonight. It's 3-on-2 at the moment. Superfan Dan's a little bit late, but good evening, Scott.
Evening, all.
Evening, Don.
Evening.
Evening, Don.
And let's bring in the enemies. Stu.
Morning.
And Rob.
I've got my disguise on.
Oh, right. I thought that was you, not the disguise.
No, I'd be haircut.
So you were looking a bit rough.
Yeah, well, you know.
Whoa! Put the dog back on.
That's scary. Bring the dog back, yes.
Can I just say, there's another Sunderland fan, Richard Stedman, wants to join. And I don't think you're on his Facebook friend list. So I'm trying to think how I can send you the link. Send him the link.
Just you send it, copy and paste it.
I've tried to, and I copied and I pasted it to, and it sent us like a 50 sentence long link.
It should just work.
Can he not use the link you pinged to me on the Mackem Cabbie chat?
Yeah, you should be able to use that.
Well, because Rich was having like a few problems, he deleted himself from the Mackem Cabbie channel, and I think he's put a second one, which is like he's blocked himself on the channel.
Give me a sec, mate. I'll see what I can do from this end.
I love technical issues. Honestly, I am renowned for making mistakes when we set up shows, so don't worry about it. The amount of times I've done a whole introduction to a show and I've been on mute, you know, the usual stuff as people do. Dan's done it a few times as well, so it's all fun and games. While you're trying to find all that, we'll get right into it. What happened, guys?
We didn't turn up. Well, we did. That's a lie. We turned up for 5 minutes at the beginning, and then we went to sleep for 40 minutes and conceded 3 goals.
Is this a fair reflection?
Cabby?
Is it me on, yeah?
Yep.
Can you see the picture? The first half was the worst we've seen from this team, according to Gary Bennett, BBC Radio Newcastle.
I think that was a bit of tongue-in-cheek sort of chit-chat. That, like, I think that was more frustration talk from Gary Bennett. The fact, like, we were 3-0 down within just a matter of 40-odd minutes, 30-odd minutes or so. It was like, it was just a shock of the collapse. You know, we're miles ahead of them in points, and we were just all stunned with the way it happened. But no surprise with Granit Xhaka being out. I wouldn't say it was the worst performance. I just think Regis Labrie made a boo-boo, wrong formation, and he definitely picked the wrong starting lineup.
So I'm going to ask the question, and he's probably going to laugh because everyone's probably been saying it, but are you a one-man team? Like Newcastle are when Bruno's missing?
Yeah.
Time will tell. It's a bit of it's too soon with the West Ham game, I would say. But if we're absolutely dogs down below against Burnley at home and we lose 2 or 3-0, then I'll be worried and say, like, yeah, more than certain we're a one-man team, and I would say that's quite a concern. Because you can't get away with that in the Premier League because you're going to get an injury. It doesn't matter what's happening. So, if Granit Xhaka goes down, is that it? We could lose 6 or 7 on the trot. I hope not, but Burnley will tell the Burnley game because we shouldn't lose that one.
Yeah, very true. How long is Xhaka out for?
2 weeks minimum.
Right, me and Scott had our say last night. Don, it'd be good for you to have your thoughts on what wasn't the worst performance in the world, but obviously Villa were more clinical than us. How did you see the game?
So I'm going to throw this out there, and I think we all need to have a massive dose of reality, right? We're all sitting there umming and ahhing about getting beat at the weekend. We were playing Villa, who are a bloody good team, doing well in the league, on a roll. They had a couple of dodgy games, and everyone's going, "Oh, that's it, they're falling away." Rubbish. The same as Sunderland went to West Ham, a team that's on a 3-match unbeaten stream, where they've finally got their game together and they know how to play.
Shh, you're making them sound better.
Well. But in the same, West Ham played well. Sunderland played awful. I watched the Sunderland game, and they've got to get over this whole thing of not coming out of the blocks.
Yes,
because they got punished really early doors. But again, you're absolutely spot on with what you're saying. The two captains of the team, we didn't have Bruno. They didn't have Xhaka. 2 talismans. The stat is we've never won a game without Bruno playing.
Yep.
Xhaka is as critical to Sunderland as Bruno is to Newcastle, and and then we've both got decent injury lists, more so us, and both of our teams look tired. So I just think we played the wrong teams on the wrong weekend when we were at our lowest, and I don't think it's time for people to start panicking yet.
No, I mean I don't understand the panic, and we'll come on to that a little bit later on because people like to try and hammer me on Twitter when I try and stay positive. It's crazy. Our fan base online is our fan base online is like ridiculous. But when I watched the game, everyone's been hammering Gordon. Now, Gordon was actually one of our more active players trying to make things happen. He beat his man God knows how many times. Yes, his crossing was poor. But he actually played all right. I thought Barnes, and that is the first time in a while I've been able to say this, and I didn't want to be able to say it, he had a stinker. And I thought he should have been dragged off for Elanga and should have kept Gordon on, which would have been a change.
As a team, they didn't play badly. What we've came up against yesterday was a Premier League solid point, which is if you make a mistake against solid opposition, you're going to pay for it. We made 2 mistakes in that game. Botman failed to close down when Buena's shot and put in a half-arse challenge. And we scored from it. And it was a worldie. It's a brilliant finish. We paid for it. Hall makes a bad pass that leads to a corner that leads to a goal. We got punished for mistakes. Yeah. And again,
not taking our chances
playing against a fantastic team.
Yeah.
That is not a bad team. Everyone looks at the Aston Villa team and it looks like a team of reasonably average players. But when they're all mashed together and they've been solidified for a whole season, They play
does
really,
speak
really
for
well
it.
together.
There's a tummy.
Yeah. Rob, you're having a mare tonight with your connection.
I am. It's thrown me out at every opportunity.
There he goes again. The timing is impeccable.
Because Rob's cheap and he's probably got the lowest rated broadband you can buy.
They just didn't like us, Rob. That's what it is.
He's got the
viruses on our channel.
He's got that hamster dial-up,
Yeah.
hasn't he?
Yeah. I've fastest
He's back.
BT
But he's
connection.
not
that
back.
can get where we live.
Hey. We have light.
You wait 2 weeks time, guys. I'll have
Brilliant.
a 500 meg connection.
Richie
have a
said
new
he's
house.
just tried to click that StreamYard link and he's just come to a white page with nothing on it.
White page with nothing on it. I don't know how to help him, to be honest with you, mate. Not when we're in the middle of a show, I'm afraid.
I know, I've told him next week.
Well, yeah, it's be easier to get him on yours and then on to ours the week after. So what we've made is, I mean, you guys must have been thinking, God, if we beat West Ham, we've got another one over on the Geordies here. Obviously, we got hammered 3-1. Yeah, but unfortunately, going to West Ham is not easy. And like Don said, you know, you picked them on a bad weekend. We picked Villa on a good run. You know, Villa in title race, they're only 4 points behind Arsenal, same as Man City. And I don't understand why everyone thinks we've got the given right to beat them. I mean, I fancy our chances against anyone at St James's Park, but sometimes you've got to take a loss. It's just that's football. It happens. But yeah, I mean, we were terrible against West Ham, though. You were terrible against West Ham, and you got punished, both of you. So we can still say mind the gap at the moment.
Just on goal difference.
No, still goal difference.
Not very
for long.
big gap. It's only
No, definitely not.
Should we say mind the goal difference?
Yes, Scott, I want to come to this because this sums up Twitter in a nutshell. This is a very old comic strip, and I remember reading this when I was a kid, and it popped up on my timeline yesterday, and I thought that was just the perfect timing for it to come up. A bit of handicap, foul, offside, penalty, and then the referee. Mind if I stand here, mate? You've seen things better than you than I have.
I like it.
That sums up Twitter in a nutshell and fans online, doesn't it? Everyone has their opinion and they see things differently to what the referee does and what managers see it and all this sort of stuff. And it great way to put it in a comic strip. I forgot all, the handicap was brilliant in the Mirror. I used to love reading the comics every day.
I mean, we've got 52,000 armchair managers online, haven't we? Let's be honest.
And got more than that.
Even more.
2.2 million following.
It's diabolical at times. But the thing is, though, sometimes you can get dragged into it with them and go, you can get sucked into that. Like, then you've got to go back to reality and think, hold on a minute. When you look at everything that went on in the summer, you've got to drag yourself back to the reality of we're in a transitional season. And, like we said last night, next year is going to be a big season because next year we can't have that, this going on and that going on. Hopefully, touch wood, everything's in place. We have a good summer and then we crack on. But who's to say things aren't going to be a bit different?
But who says we're not going to hit our targets this year? I mean, we asked everyone at the start of the season, what would our targets be this year? Everyone said top 6.
Yeah.
Cup one in both cups and do well in the Champions League. We're almost automatically qualifying in the Champions League. We're in a semi-final of a cup. Yes, we are losing 2-0 after the first leg, but we've got to a semi-final. We're still in the FA Cup, which we normally go out in the third round. And we're still 5 points off 4th spot. I mean, with all the Eddie Howe outs and doom and glooms and all this sort of stuff, if you actually put that in a nutshell and remember what everyone said at the start of the season, we're actually not far off our targets.
No, we're not. No.
Yeah. Don, do you agree with that? Sorry, Craig, Scott, carry on.
With a squad that's been decimated by injury.
Injuries, the summer window at the start was a nightmare.
Yeah.
That sort of
not that bad.
Losing a world-class striker, which he is a world-class striker, even though he's not exactly firing for Liverpool, you know, it's going to have an effect, especially when it's the last day of the window.
Yeah.
Don, would you agree with that as well? I mean, what were your thoughts at the start of the season? What were your goals and aspirations for Newcastle that you thought would happen?
To be honest, Europe is all we're after.
Yeah.
Just got to maintain that solidity in Europe. One thing I did want to point out, though, as you're talking about referees, last week I thought someone had overruled VAR. This week someone did.
Someone did. They did. There was a brilliant decision.
On his debut.
Yes.
First ever match as a Premier League referee, came out, refereed really, really well. That's the Man City Wolves match, and overruled a penalty.
Yeah, which was an absolute brilliant decision, wasn't it?
Absolutely spot on.
What about just Europe was your expectations? You know, try and get back in the Champions League just to, you know, solidify that position to get the coffers.
I'm not even bothered about Champions League, to be honest. Just European football.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
If we maintain European football for 3 or 4 seasons, we generate the revenue.
Yeah.
And that's what we need for PSR.
What was doing the Sunderland turner for 5 minutes in the 90s?
Thanks, Scott. I just restarted my PC to see if it would behave itself.
Brilliant. The only thing with that, Don, the only thing I would say... Oh, sorry, go on.
Rob, just out of curiosity, mate,
managed to get
wasn't your last job... Rob, wasn't your last job something to do with being the head of computers for the Met Office?
They was unexpected 10 days ago, wasn't it?
Hang on, what do you mean? It's one of those that I spent loads of government money on, mate.
Well, it bodes well when you kind of get your own to work at home.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's true.
The only thing I'll say about being in Europe next year, I don't want to be in the Conference League because the Conference League actually costs the club money than it does actually revenue coming in. So Europa League, Champions League, 100%. But Conference League, I'd rather just sit that one out if we can. But again, it's still Europe.
And it's important because, you know, it's all to do with generating that presence overseas.
Yeah.
So, like, I go out the country quite a lot with a job. And I always try and find the Newcastle bar.
Yeah.
What you need is to generate more of those because the more supporters we've got overseas, the more demand there is to try and watch that TV so that people want to get the TV right. And then more there is, you know, selling shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Extra revenue that makes the difference to PSR.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Dad, he's made it.
Evening, gents.
Better late than
Evening, Dan.
Hello, super fan Dan.
Good evening, Stu. Good evening, Rob. Good evening, Don. Good evening, Scotty. Good evening, Baz.
Mr. Devlin.
Devlin.
Mr. Devlin.
Mr. Devlin. Double Devlin. Doubling down. Right, Rob.
Not to be confused with the Nicole Kidman character and whatever. What? Just go with it with Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler. We're not going to go there tonight.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Rob and Stu, what were your aspirations for the start of the season? And obviously having a little bit of a blip, what do you... I mean, how are you judging the season so far? Are you happy?
Still over the moon, mate. Simple as that. We thought we were going to be in a relegation battle.
Yeah.
And to be sitting on 33 points with half the season gone, you know, we're in the same relegation battle that Newcastle are in. You know, it's as simple as that.
we're only 13 points off the drop now.
You know, that's all it takes, guys.
It actually does.
No, to be honest, we've done far better than I thought we would do. We were personally at the beginning of the season, 17th would have done me. Yeah. But you know, to be sitting in the top half of the table for virtually all of the season so far, I'm over the moon.
Stu?
Well, just similar to what Rob was saying. I mean, you know, we're completely different, obviously, to Newcastle. Well established, good depth in the squad, and to be where we are at this stage, that I would have snapped your right and left and middle arm off for it, like. But I'm still very cautious. I'm not comfortable that we are safe yet. Forest, West Ham are beginning to start picking up points, and that's going to happen. You're going to get a resurgence from the bottom three. They're going to start. They'll put about 3 or 4 wins together on the bounce, and if say Sunderland lose 3 or 4 on the bounce, then that changes the thing completely. I mean, if Jack is out for 3 or 4 weeks, and a lot of people say I'm being absolutely stupid, but I'm not. We're not safe until we're safe, as far as I'm concerned, because Forest picking up points, like I say, West Ham, and changing the turn of a hat, and I'm not counting my chickens yet.
10 more points, mate. You'll be fine. Welcome, Richie.
Richie, good evening, sir.
How's it going? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Loud and clear.
Oh, brilliant. Sorry, I had some issues with my phone there. It's when I got sent the link separately, it didn't work. But when I went into the Mackem Cabbie chat, it worked. So unsure about what happened there. But really nice to meet you. Thank you very much for having us on.
No, missing a letter or something in the original link that was in the
possibly.
Baz
might maybe copy and pasted the whole thing. Excuse me. I sent the link out perfectly, as you can see on the screen.
We bugged it really.
I clicked and I got directed to penis enlargement pills. Man.
That's not be something I would say. Right, a bit of a strange question.
We're learning, Baz. We're learning.
We're learning. You're learning. You're definitely learning. Bit of a strange question to ask all of you, and I'll go around the houses. I'll start with Richie though, and I say welcome again to our channel.
Thank you, mate.
If you could choose one player from Newcastle to join Sunderland this season, who would it be and why?
Oh, well, I'll tell you why, and the lads will back us up on this. I think I would have to take, and it's not because he scored 4 to beat you, but I would take Baltimore. Honestly, just had to get that one in there. No, but seriously, I would take him, and I've always said to Stu and Rob and the rest of the lads, personally myself, I love a target forward. And with ourselves, we've got some absolutely fantastic crossers on the team. We've got Trey Hume, we've got McGeary, Itringer can get that ball in, Sirkin, Wijnaldum. So we've got plenty of supply. It's just, yes, we do have Robbery at the minute who's doing that sort of role. But if I had somebody who's like 6'4", 6'5", who's just going to be an absolute pain in the backside to defend against,
and now
that's who I would take, definitely.
Little and large.
It has to be.
I'd go with Harvey Barnes because he's a pain in the backside for defence. He can score from any angle, any part of the pitch. He's dangerous, and he's scored some cracking goals. He's consistent, and on his day, he's a real troublesome player for defenders and stuff. Scores in the penalty area, out the penalty area, 20-yarders. I've seen him do it all. I think he's a quality player, one of your best.
Interesting, Rob. Miley. Ooh.
Yeah.
He's one of our own. Yeah. He's one of our own. Lewis Miley. He's one of our own.
Probably have him backup defence. He'll be warm on the bench, but backup defender. Yeah.
Yeah, Rob, I'm not having that as an answer.
Hey, Colin Major, how you doing?
Jesus.
Colin and myself had this discussion a couple of weeks ago. We don't want to be in Europe next season because it'll just stretch the team too far. So
we had that
just concentrate on staying in the Premier League and think about getting into Europe the following season.
Yeah, I think we had that conversation on here as well, didn't we? And also on Mackem Cabbies as well. So but I can't see us making an FA Cup final, to be honest with you. But I would love that to happen. That would be like the hottest cup final ticket going if that happened. Right, we move on to the Newcastle side of things. One Sunderland player, Dan, that you would take from Sunderland to Newcastle, and why? No need for the sigh.
No, no. I mean, there's the obvious ones. There's the Jackas, there's the Brobbies, I would take Dan Ballard.
Ooh.
Another
Good shout.
big ass, another big ass guy in the back, you know. And for whatever reason, you know, we've got Big Dan Byrne, they've got Big Dan Ballard. We just need a BDB. A couple of BDBs on the back line wouldn't be a bad thing. So,
To be
no,
fair,
I like him,
Northeast Player of the Year.
and he scores for Newcastle. So you know, it's all good.
Yeah, Northeast Player of the Year. To be fair, so it's a good shout. That Don.
I agree with Dan 100% for exactly the same reasons. We need a centre back, and I'd take Ballard every day of the week.
Scott.
I'm going to take that keeper, Roofs.
Ooh.
I think
You're not getting them.
I think he's and he's better than Ramsdale.
I like it. I'm shocked no one said Bruno.
I
don't
am.
know why. It's just because
So this is the thing. You can't take Bruno because you got Xhaka, and we can't take Xhaka because we got Bruno. You can't have two captains, two managers in the same midfield.
See, I would have thought you could take Xhaka and play Bruno higher up. I think they would work well together.
To answer the question in the chat.
Yes, I'm going to come to that one. There it is.
In the chat. 73.
73.
Yep.
It was a very good year.
It was an extremely good year.
37. 37. He remembers it well, doesn't you, Rob?
I do. 1937. That is, yeah. I actually had a ticket for the final, but my mum wouldn't let me go because I was only 11. My dad was working, so he couldn't go. So the bugger gave me ticket away.
No way.
Oh,
cheers, Dad.
That happened to me when Liam O'Brien scored over the wall. I wanted to go to the game, but my mum wouldn't let me. She said it would be too naughty and nasty.
And it probably was.
It probably was,
I am ecstatic to be able to say that I'll be at the one on the 21st because that'll be my first one, and I'm just thrilled about it.
Love it. I've seen quite a few over my time. Thanks, my dad was a Mackem, but sadly he was watching from above. Oh. Right, back to Newcastle a little bit and back to our lovely fan base online. So I put this out. We don't demand a team that wins. We demand a club that tries. Now, I know this was an old banner and this was under the old regime, but surely, Scott, this message is for all Newcastle fans, for all regimes. You can't become entitled. We can't be a Man City. We can't be us. We can't be Spurs fans. Jesus, they're the worst ever. Yeah. As long as the club and the team are putting in 110%, regardless of results, and they're doing their very best, that's what fans should demand. You can't demand a team that wins trophies and wins game after game after game after game, because that's not how football works. No. So I still think this banner is true to the day that it was when it first was shown. Would you agree or disagree?
I totally agree. I think the thing is, though, I think a lot of the fans that are doing the online hate are post takeover fans that don't really know what the club's actually been through. And
I wish that was true, Scott. I really do, but it's not.
I mean, the thing is, though, if we demand a club that wins, we ain't going to get it all the time. Do you know what I mean? City's showing that now. I mean, Sunderland fans have been through strife as well. Do you know what I mean? They just demand a team that tries. Do you know what I mean? And puts in 110%.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Northeast fans love a player and a club that'll die for the shirt, and that's all we ask for.
We've got that in a lot of players as well. That's the thing. It's not just Alan Shearer like it was back in the day. We've got Lewis Hall. You've got Dan Byrne. You've got Bruno. You've got Tonali. You know, we've got Murphy, who's a local lad as well, who will die for the shit. You know, we've got players who get this football club. So I don't get where our fan base is coming, because we've got a tiny bit of success and we've now got really rich owners. That still doesn't guarantee success, does it? I mean, at the end of the day, we can't even spend all the money that apparently these guys have. So it makes it impossible.
Just out of curiosity, where have we not got success? We're halfway through the season. We're still in every single competition, and we're 3 points off the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly.
What more success do you want?
No, but exactly. This is what I mean. I don't get it.
Stage of the season.
You can't.
Some fans aren't measuring that as success, though, have they?
No. It's aimed at the Eddie Howe out crowd because there's plenty of it online, and there's a lot of fans who I've followed for a long time who have got a big following and now jumping on that bandwagon. That just don't understand it. Yes, I get the
with.
Well, exactly. This is the other question you ask them, and they haven't got a clue. A lot of them come up with Glasner, and I'm like, well, he won an FA Cup with Palace, and they should have got beat that day because they were, keeper should have been sent off in the first 5 minutes or whenever it was when Haaland went through. And I'm like,
so they want to replace a manager that came from a smaller club, who's come into a club, did well over a couple of seasons, won a trophy, with a manager who's come from a smaller club and has done not very well since.
Yeah.
It's
It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. Some people even brand the Mourinho name around again.
I was just about to go there. We don't need that. Or Ancelotti, or Mancini, or you name them. They all, that's who they want. It's just like, why?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, the only way I would, if Eddie Howe was to leave and sacked, there's only a handful of managers you would want, but they're all in jobs.
Yep,
that's exactly it.
And a lot of them will want money to spend to have their players, and they'll have to work under the restrictions that are in place. So it's not going to happen, is it? Carrick. I mean, Carrick failed at Borough. He couldn't get them out of the Championship. I mean, he's done brilliantly for Man United for 2 games, but it's 2 games. The same thing happened with Solskjaer, and look what happened there when he got the job. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Leeds have won up. That's a big score line. That's against Everton, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Tell you, man, the teams at that bottom section are just picking points up all hour.
Yeah, they really are. Now, I know he's not your manager, but I'm going to go around to Rob and Stu and Richie. What do you make of the Eddie Howe outcries? And do you think there's a lot of our fan base who they're not grateful for what we actually have in front of us?
It's the first manager that's won you anything
in 70 years.
in probably your living memory. I can remember Newcastle winning the Fairs Cup. So, he's won you a trophy. You've been in Europe, what, how many seasons now? 3?
Yeah.
2 or 3?
Or 2.
What more can you expect, guys? Come on, be fair.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you might have, the whole of the Saudi bloody PIF behind you, but you can only spend what you're allowed to spend. And, once you've spent it, you're stuck. We're fortunately in a position where we didn't have any debt coming into the Premier League. We've got 3 years to recoup the money we spent, which we will. So, real fans aren't going to expect Newcastle to win the Championship without being in the Premier League for several years and being top 1 or top 2. You're not going to win the European Cup yet.
Whoa.
I'm not saying you won't win at some point. Not yet.
You know what it is? I think teams are scared of us in the Champions League than they are in the Premier League because the Champions League teams aren't used to how we play.
Yeah. I also think that it might, from what I've seen of the Champions League and the scores that are coming in, where, the English teams that are in Champions League and European competition in general, it's a walk in the park for them. Is the Premier League so far ahead of the rest of Europe that even a mediocre performance or a mediocre team from the Premier League is top end European football? I don't know.
Well, if you look at the Champions League table, there's only Man City outside of the top 8.
Yeah, that's right.
And the English clubs, it's crazy. I mean, I didn't expect us to be where we are, to be honest with you, but we are. We're there on merit. It's mental.
Yeah, Spurs are even beating people in Europe, and that's something Spurs aren't really
Spurs look like they're going to automatically qualify. It's crazy.
Yeah,
weird. Oh man, Stu, your thoughts on the Eddie Howe out brigade? Is it on the dark side?
I don't. Like I say, is it just frustration coming out? You want to see your team win at the end of the day. I've seen all the comments like, you know, he's stale. He's a one-track pony. Sides have sussed him out. You know, we need something fresh, this and that and the other. It's like, I don't understand it. I really just don't understand what they're on about. It's, you're not going to win every game in the Premier League. Nobody is. You know, you're playing a really, really good Aston Villa side. You know, the teams that won 11 on the bounce or something.
12. Was it 12 in the end?
I just don't think they're real fans. I don't think they're real proper supporters. I think they're just trolls. They've got to be. They can't be.
No, honestly, a lot of this has crept into big accounts. You go on to other YouTube channels who are much bigger than this. They're all saying the same thing. This is it. I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Are they wanting to be 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League at the minute? Is that what? I don't understand it.
There we go. Honestly, how do I? Richie, could you put a finger on it?
Yeah, I mean, anyhow, like, to be honest, I admired him when he was at Bournemouth. I remember watching him, obviously, when he had Callum Wilson up front for him as well. And, you know, that's when I started admiring him. But it was his style of play, like his tactics, you know. Yeah. And that's, you know, if I can give him one bit of credit as well, you know, it's his style of play I've always admired. Playing on the front foot, teams hate that. They don't know, you know, when they're playing against teams who come on so quick and counter-attack so fast and play a high tempo, it's really difficult to deal with. And I think that's Newcastle's strength is his tactics, and it's been proven season upon season. You know what I mean? The same as Jurgen Klopp, similar kind of style. The thing is, in my opinion, is it would be a massive mistake to get rid of Eddie Howe. If I was a Newcastle fan, I would be backing them all the way 100%. But it's the age-old case of, is this as far as you can take you?
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
But who else, like you said, who else can you bring in though to take it to that next step? You've already mentioned problems with the money side of things, and you know what I mean. That's always going to be there. But it just depends where your owners want to start taking the club.
Yeah.
Do they need this high profile to come in so you can get more high profile players, more sort of money brought into the club with revenue because you've got such a high profile manager? Or are you going to stick with Howe and just see what happens? That's the dilemma I would think about.
Yeah. The thing for me in the summer, it went all wrong for us because we went for players, we were shopping in the big boy pool, and we got absolutely hammered because we can't offer the wages that Man United offer, Liverpool offer, Chelsea offer, and we lost out on, Mbeumo because he wanted more money, Ekiteke because he went to Liverpool, Cunha, he went to Man United because of money. All these players that we were looking at all went somewhere else because they were going to get bigger wages, and that's our issue. When you're shopping in that pool, you've got to be able to put the money down and say, right, 250,000 a week, 300,000 a week. That's your ballpoint figure with these kind of players that we're looking at. And our SCR, PSR as it's now, but will be SCR, doesn't stretch us that far, unfortunately. And until we get more sponsors and, like Don said, more generation of being in the Champions League for so many years going forward, that's what catches you up, or tries to catch you up at least. So bringing in a high-profile manager, you want high-profile players. We can't offer the wages, so you won't get what he wants. So, and then there'll be backlash.
And this is the thing. So, let's not sack the manager. Let's sack the scouts who are too damn lazy to go out and find the chows of this world.
Well, a lot of
they went out.
What the scouts did.
He was not pushed big, was he?
No.
And he's come in and he's played really, really well.
Yeah, we scouted him for 2 years, Chow. That's how long we scouted him for.
This is the problem. We've got lazy on scouting and we've started going for the easy big players instead of trying to find those gems that we've always been pretty damn good at getting.
Question for the Geordies. Do you have to buy the away fans a bag of tuna, or is that the lift really out of order? Just a joke, lads. I like it. And again, I think it's a bit of a congratulations to you guys as well. Aren't you the only Premier League team not to be beaten at home now after that result at the weekend?
Yep, correct.
That'll change next Monday, though. I'll tell you now.
Let's say that, mate.
It's on the cards, isn't it? Everybody can out there now and put a 50 quid bet on it now. It's going to happen.
Yeah, that was
big
something
game.
I was going to mention. The next Monday's show is we've got a game next Monday, so we'll Cabby and myself at least will be doing the live stream.
Right. Okay. That means I've got to watch.
So it might have to be the week after that we do.
Well, we can do it on.
We
can do it on Tuesday.
On the
Tuesday,
yeah. We don't normally do things on a Tuesday unless we're playing. I know you guys don't realise we play 3 games a week sometimes, and it's a bit.
we don't do that, mate. We don't do that. We've got sense.
Is that your next? Is that going to be your next excuse when we beat you in March? Like, is that your next one coming up? Like,
absolutely, absolutely.
Right, we've played too many games.
No. Man. It's just a figure of our imagination. He's not here.
Hey, Baz.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the last match that we played, and Eddie Howe led Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And it was back in 2020. Steve Bruce was our manager. Eddie Howe was managing Bournemouth. We beat them at the Vitality 4-1. But I'm looking at their team, at the Bournemouth team. Who was in that squad that lost 4-1 to us? Solanke, Lloyd Kelly, Ake, Ramsdale was in goal. Brooks, Lerma,
was a good player.
King.
Well,
I mean, I'm just for Eddie Howe to have lost to a Steve Bruce-led Newcastle.
That was when he
4-1.
went. If I remember rightly, that was the relegation year for Bournemouth.
That was the year they went
That's
down.
when things went a little bit tits up. But what you got to remember is the 6 years that he did beforehand was incredible. I think
I wasn't picking on.
No.
I'm just saying.
Sounded like it.
No, not at all. No, I was saying, look at the quality of players that he had in that team at that on that day. It just goes back to show that on any given Saturday, any given Sunday, I look at our goal scorers: Dwight Gale, Sean Longstaff, Almiron, and Lazaro. Were our scorers that day. I mean, we had Dubravka in goal, Manquillo.
I liked Manquillo.
I did too. Shelby. We had Bentaleb in that starting. 11.
Jesus Christ! I remember that loan. That was.
So I'm just saying, for all these people that are Eddie Howe out, I'm just sitting there going, look at what he's been able to accomplish in the 4 years he's been here. We've been to 2 Carabao Cup finals. We've won one of them. We've qualified for everything that everybody said. We've qualified for the Champions League now twice out of 4 seasons. We're still in every competition this year. It's a blip, and we had a crap summer. Yes, it was. Yeah. Thanks,
Totally
Denny.
Agree. Yeah, thanks. I'm just knows everything.
Exactly. I'm just saying, and then Eddie left the club that summer after they went down, and that's when he took his sabbatical and went and learned so much. He learned under Klopp. He learned under Simeone. That's where
Pep.
We've been the beneficiaries of all that knowledge. So I just can't understand anybody who, at this point in this season, now is just clamoring for him to be gone. I don't get it.
They just don't understand football. That's the only thing. And it's a horrible thing to say because, again, everyone can have their opinion. I just think when you start shouting Eddie Howe out without any real knowledge behind why you want him out, I just think it's silly. And you can't say the seasons.
Or can name a replacement.
A replacement, yeah. That would be the other one. They did have big injuries that year as well.
I mean, to be fair though, I mean, Richie and Cabby will remember this from last year. There was some point last year when there was quite a number of fans were talking about getting Regis Labrie kicked out.
The same thing happened with Embry at the start of the season with Villa. When they were on their bad run, everyone was like, they were starting to turn.
That mostly happened, believe it or not, when we were we'd already secured a playoff spot, and there's nothing could have changed it. And I think, didn't we?
Yeah.
We lose 6
Yeah,
out of 7 or something like that.
We
And
lost
it's-
7 games in a row, I think. Yeah,
we lost 5 off
something
the
like
bounce.
that.
But those games meant
Um,
nothing, did they? I guess the way
they-
the fans were probably looking at it was maybe you weren't going into the playoffs with a bit of confidence is probably the thing.
Yeah. But the thing
know,
is,
momentum.
as Reg just said, we were going in fit
Yeah,
into the
I
playoffs.
get that.
You know.
Right. Question time, guys. I have been really mean with this one as well.
Remember the,
and you-
the reciprocal.
No, you'll get all the you'll get all the answers. I'm just being a dick, basically. 1998 Football League Division Playoff. What was the score?
13-12 to Charlton.
Forget the penalties. What was the final score after extra time?
4-4.
4-4.
4-4. What was the attendance that day?
It was 90,000.
No. Anyone else want to guess?
Oh, sorry. There was
So-
50,000 Sunderland fans and some Charlton fans.
76,000.
Very close. 77. I'll give you that one.
Wow.
Who scored the goals?
Oh,
Right.
Both
Mendonca,
sides.
Phillips.
Right. Phillips. Yeah.
Mendonca hat-trick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mendonca scored hat-trick for Charlton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunderland lad and all. Worked at Nissan.
Yeah.
That was stab in the dark, Mickey Gray.
Nope.
I know
He
he missed
comes
a
later
penalty.
on. There it is. That was the next
I know he
question.
misses. I know he misses the penalty. No.
Wait, I'm a psychic.
That's a good
I
question.
told you.
Who scored their 4th goal?
I told you I was
Charlton's.
being a dick,
Illich.
didn't I?
Sasha Illich, I think, scored their 4th.
No.
No?
Nope.
I'm not as old as these two, you know. I'm the young
That
buck
was-
of the channel.
that was in Brighton.
This is history. This is history.
And that is. And
Go on.
Have we got all the Sunderland players who scored the
No,
goals?
you've only got one.
Phillips
Phillips,
scored.
Quinn.
Oh, Phillips and
Quinn.
Quinn, right? Yeah, and he said Mendonca for the hat trick. So you've
Yeah.
got one,
Cattermole,
two
not
more.
one of them.
two more. Who?
Cattermole.
how many Sunderland players have we needing? 1.
2.
Yeah, but no, because Phillips scored
Two.
2, didn't he? Phillips scored 2, so you've
One.
got one.
So
You've
we
got
need
one
one more.
Sunderland
Yes.
and one Charlton.
Was it Summerby?
Yes.
Yeah, I nearly said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I nearly said some of you.
Who scored the 4th Charlton one?
There you go. Someone on our chat has got it.
Rufus?
Yep.
Off the
Richard
chat, that
Rufus
was. Yeah.
scored the header. And then
Well
the next
done,
question is going to
Brendan.
be
Well done.
who missed the penalty to keep you down? Obviously, you've already said Michael Gray. I told you I was being a dick.
Yeah.
I remember
I just
it
wanted,
well.
just wanted to put you down a peg again because I remember the game very well. It was dubbed probably the greatest, playoff final ever, and I was watching it at home. I was only a nipper myself. 17.
Was it our gold kit we played in as well? Was it that gold kit, the Lambton's kit?
Yes, I think it was.
Yes,
Horrible
it
away.
was.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was
There was
an
a bunch in the
went
middle
to
as
that
well.
game, but guess
Yeah.
what? I couldn't go. I
Who
had
was
to be
our
up in the
keeper? Was it,
northeast
who
for
was
wedding.
our keeper? He came out for the
Perez?
I
Was
came
it
out
Perez or?
drunk an octopus, didn't he? With his
Lionel
arms flying
Perez.
all over, flapping.
He had a mullet, didn't he? Lionel Perez.
played for us as
Yeah,
well. He was crap.
definitely did.
But yeah, I always remember that playoff final. Obviously, I was pretty happy you didn't win. Sorry to say, not. But yeah, it was end to end. It's how football was and how football was most enjoyable was when both teams went at each other and tried to knock each other out the park. It was a fabulous game of football. So well done for getting almost every single question right. And kind of sorry for being a dick, but I'm not. Let's have a look at the league table. Like I say, Mind the gap. Still by 5 goals.
Behind the gap.
Yeah.
Right, we're in trouble.
There's no gap, man. Won the same points. There's no gap. If you're a
It's 5
point ahead,
goals.
there's a gap.
There's 5 goals. There's a gap.
Is that
That's how it's decided.
Is that
There's a
because
huge
we're
gap,
doing
Richard,
friends
come on.
then, or
Yeah.
You don't feel
Also,
the gravity pulling us down with that goal difference.
also, if we were on the same amount of goals, we'll still be ahead of you as well because we've won 9 games and you've only won 8. So there's another gap.
Well, we've lost less.
if we won the
There you
same
go.
number
We've
of
lost
games,
2
we'd
less
still be
games.
ahead of us on alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the home form table. Put the home form table up. Have a look at that
You've already had your congratulations on that. Don't push it.
one. I missed it.
Premier League statistics based on how many home games you played instead of home and away.
Yeah. I mean, oh God. I mean, it's still all to play for, though, isn't it? It's so tight. The fact that
That is. And I mean,
Liverpool got beat at Bournemouth, you know, Fulham
In the
win last
dying
minute.
seconds of stoppage.
Yeah, Fulham dying minutes end up scoring, winning 2-1. You know,
Yeah.
Brentford
Baz,
is
that
still
middle
up there.
section is absolutely nuts. There's
It is, isn't
nothing.
it?
There's absolutely nothing between.
Fourth to 11th.
There's 6 off bottom. It's nuts.
I would say 4th to 11th is all open.
That's absolutely crazy.
yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
that-
What
that's
the
it.
Leeds are playing, I wouldn't expect to not see Leeds in the top 10.
I was going to say.
I'm
yeah.
watching the
Oh.
Leeds Everton game now, and they are kicking Everton's backside.
They're only 5
Really?
points behind us
Yeah.
at present. And they're confident that they're going to finish ahead of us. I keep seeing the fans' forums. They're confident that they're going to finish higher than Sunderland at the end of the season.
They're not finished 20 points ahead of us, though, Cabby.
But I just, you know, Villa are Villa, Man City, Arsenal, the only ones who have shown a bit of consistency, haven't they? And look where it gets you. It's just if either one of us can string 5 results together, you know, 4 wins and a draw, you'll be in 4th spot because there's no way the rest of those teams are putting that same kind of run together because everyone's beating everyone.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
Arsenal will lose many more. I mean, did you see there was
They were terrible yesterday, though.
They
weren't
were.
they? Defense. I've never seen that many defensive errors from an Arsenal team.
Did you see the picture going around saying there's a new bottle factory opened in the north of London? I had the Arsenal players superimposed on these factory workers stacking bottles. Hilarious. Class.
Absolutely
That's
brilliant.
good.
Right, we've got about 5 minutes left. Any questions from you guys you want to ask? And
Here's a question for you then, and answer honestly.
okay,
When we got promoted last season,
Mhm.
and we got promoted with the team that we did,
yeah.
and then obviously we've progressed and signed these players. Were you worried when we come up?
No,
I asked a few Newcastle fans this. Were you worried about us coming up, or were you thinking the way you thought at the start of the season?
6
Definitely, we're going to roll you over. You're going down. When you've seen all these signings like Granit Xhaka and Adringa and Brobery and Alderete coming through the door, did it worry you as fans?
No, not at all. Because I'm going to be completely honest with you. I did not know a lot of the players that you were signing. I didn't know how good they were or how bad they were.
I don't think we did either, to be honest with you.
Well,
Baz.
exactly.
No,
Xhaka
other
was
than
the
Xhaka.
one Xhaka was the one I thought quality signing to keep you up.
Yeah.
I didn't think he would drag you as far as he has. That was the thing that shocked me the most. But obviously your players that have come in, he's getting the best out of them, just like Eddie Howe did when he first took over. He got the best out of players that were potentially averaged or average to good. So I wasn't worried. I'm always worried about Derby Day. This whole 6 easy points thing, it's never a thing. I hate Derby Day, but I love Derby Day at the same time. But was I worried about you being ahead of us in the league this season? No, not a chance. I thought this was going to be you guys fighting to stay up. I thought you had a chance because you did spend a lot of money and you obviously bolstered your squad. But I didn't think you'd be this comfortable at this stage of the season at all. Scott?
For me, go ahead, Scott.
I was going to say just go around the houses.
Yep.
Geordies for me, I wasn't worried. Like that Baz says, Derby Day, it's always worried. Never 6 easy points. I was too focused on what was happening with us, to be honest. Our transfer window was just going down the pan. We had too much going on in my head for me to worry about what you were doing. The Granite Xhaka one, I said, that's a fantastic signing. But to me, there was too much going on with us that these were sort of irrelevant in my head because it was like, shit, we're in the doldrums here because our transfer window is going down the pan quickly. But yeah.
Yeah, Don?
Didn't care. I've got to be brutally honest. I focused on our club, not on Sunderland.
Yeah.
I mean, as I said, you all know I watched all the Sunderland playoffs. I watched the playoff final. Nearly got booted out the Holiday Inn for cheering for Sunderland. But once you're up, when you're in the same league, well, you manage your own business and we look after ours. We'll see you on the pitch.
That's a good one. Dan?
When I was over in May, we watched the playoff at the Strawberry. We watched the second leg playoff at the Strawberry with my mate Kieran from Sheffield. And we were rooting for Sheffield United simply because Kieran was there and it was against Sunderland. People in the pub that were asking me, "Are you excited to see Sunderland come up?" I said, the romantic in me wants to see them come up because we want the Derby days back. At the same time, I was sitting there going, the arsehole in me wants you to stay down so that we can bolster one more season before you come up. But like Don said, we headed into the summer. I came back over in August and people were all asking, are you looking at who Sunderland's signing? Are you doing this? Are you that? I was sitting there watching all the signings come in, and like Don said, I was so pissed off with what was happening in our own club. We were all pissed off at the ESAC situation. We were all pissed off about not doing any business because we didn't have anybody in leadership roles or anything like that.
What do you want to for?
And like Scotty said, when Xhaka came, that was like, holy shit, they mean business this season. So I never thought we would roll over, roll use over. I never thought, I wasn't scared. I was happy to have Derby days back, and I was envious that you guys were doing business that we couldn't do. Yeah. Other than that, I'm just happy for you guys to be back and happy to have you guys on the program for us to have this venue for us to speak. Go ahead, Bess.
Quick question: who dropped the pound for the cheesy chips?
Oh, that was me. It was 5 pence. I haven't got enough for cheesy chips.
All of a sudden, I had a marble going back and forth.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Yeah. So. Quick to this one, Walter. Great to see you. It's a shame you weren't on tonight. Yep. Yes, you have to subscribe to be able to message, but this is the whole point in sharing the show between the two channels. Yep. We also get to share the fans between both channels. So our guys subscribe to Mackem Cabbie's channel. We watch the show on a Monday. You get to message everyone. Same for us on our side. You guys subscribe to us. It helps us grow as well as helping Mackem Cabbie grow as well. Yep. And that's the whole idea, is sharing a show and having some banter and having a laugh.
So Mackem Cabbie growing with that link you sent us. I pack it in.
Oh my God, I love it. Not of our most expensive strikers, putting them into the
agreed, Denny. Yes, I know. Yeah. It was, again, that was a hell of a cross. It was a beautiful goal. If only it had been in the other net. But that was, I mean, it just goes to show if you give Voltamata service, he may actually be able to put the ball in the net.
We covered that, Malta, as well as your congratulations to your club for being the only team in the Premier League to be unbeaten at home so far this season. Yeah. And also, mate, this is called a phone, right? Text me. You've been saying for 3 weeks you're going to get in touch and you haven't. Use it.
Gaz has made an interesting comment. Have you read that, Baz?
Gaz, this one. Sunderland are like a hot air balloon at the minute. They come up on a high. Soon the flame will burn out. They won't be able to keep up season after season. Enjoy this one. It is an interesting question. Yeah. I kind of disagree with it. I think you've got a very, very good manager. Second season syndrome is a thing, though. I think you've got to be very careful when you stay up to make sure that you actually carry on the spending and you can't be stale. You've seen what happened to Newcastle when we were stale the season we got into the Champions League. We then dropped down to 7th. you've got to keep on improving because people will find you out eventually as well. So
I think we've learned a lot of lessons as well. You know what I mean? Like what happened to us was just we nearly went out of business, man. But I think the club and the people in charge now, they've got to have learned by that. Like, you can't put yourself in another position like that.
Yeah. And I mean, it happened was it Leeds? Leeds stayed up for a season, then dropped like flies the next season. It is there.
Yep.
So
you're not going to see that at Sunderland.
I don't think
not going to see it.
I don't.
The only way that would happen is if your current owners decide to sell the club.
Yeah.
But the young man that they've got, you've got a Dutch owner, which is always a win in it.
And now that he's learned that you can't festoon the stadium of black and white.
But that's sensible. Well, he didn't know that. He wouldn't have got told that. He's only learned. He hadn't
learned from his mistakes.
Point, had he?
He learned from his mistakes.
But the thing is, with Regis,
and you've got a solid manager.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah, the thing is with Regis Labrie, Kirill Louis Dreyfus, he is from footballing family. I mean, his father owned Olympique Marseille when they won the European Cup.
Right.
And his mother is still
in the semi-final.
Yeah. His mother is still a majority shareholder in Olympique Marseille.
Oh, wow.
And he inherited a lot of money from his father. His father's, the Louis Dreyfus Corporation was huge. They dealt in something like 25% of the world's shipping. They were a huge, huge company. And I think he inherited 4 million from his father when his father died. And his mother's worth several hundred billion.
Oh, Jesus.
So
I think the only thing you guys need to be wary of and worried of is your players getting cherry-picked by top clubs, and then also potentially your manager, if he is keeping you up and then pushing you towards that top 8 constantly, you could also
you can't have him.
It's the same with Eddie Howe. We don't want him to go to England. We don't want him to go anywhere else. Well, we don't personally. There's a lot of fans on Twitter who will disagree and want him out the door tomorrow if they could. But this is what you got to be worried about. Look at Palace. I put a funny tweet out where the dad nicks the sweets off his kid and his kid starts crying. I was just like, that's the top 6 cherry picking Crystal Palace's players. And it does.
That's our model is. That's our model as well, Baz. That's what our model is. We're buying these young lads, do them up, get them seen, get them built up, and then sell them on. So
when you're in the Premier League, you can't do that. You need to. You've got to let go of a star every now and again, like we had to. We had to sell Isaac if we wanted to move and progress and move PSR out the way. But now you're in the Premier League, you need to stop that model a little bit.
But this all comes down to the owner of the club again, because it's contract management. We only had to sell Isaac because we didn't square his contract away. Yeah. And, that's one of the things. It's about locking up these young players that you can see the talent in. Lock them up early, keep a hold of them, and keep them happy.
Yeah.
Happy players don't leave. I mean, Bruno would be gone, wouldn't he?
Agreed.
Let's be honest.
And Don, fully agree. And that's where we mucked the whole thing up, because we had Paul Mitchell in the hot seat. Here's a guy who said, well, this guy's got 4 years left on his contract. We don't need to be discussing this with him right now.
Yeah, we did it with Gordon as well, and look what happened there.
Here is a guy who just didn't get where our club wanted to go. Between him and the other guy, that's the reason why the 2 people who were most visible for our club in those first 2 years are gone as well. So, I agree with you. Yeah, happy players equals successful club. I've been saying that here locally for our local club here, saying the same thing. You take care of the players, they play better. They play better, we do better. We do better, we make the playoffs. That kind of stuff. So, 100% agree with you. Yep.
Yeah, and the other thing the
whole Eddie Howe thing's a load of nonsense, because he quite literally has the support of the dressing room.
Yeah,
you don't sack a manager who has the support of the dressing room.
Yeah, absolutely. The one biggest thing I'm jealous of Sunderland is their academy, because obviously we're light years behind. You've got the best academy in the Northeast. all the young lads are going to Sunderland rather than Newcastle because the facilities are just not up to scratch. And that's why PIF putting 200 million into building a brand new one. Eventually, we're going to catch up with you guys. It might take a few more years, but players are going to start wanting to come to Newcastle over Sunderland because we'll have the better facilities. Just like they're choosing you now over Newcastle because you right now have the better facilities.
Yeah.
And you look after those kids. And he's done a great job doing it. And that is my big gripe with our ownership, is that they didn't do that a lot faster than what they've done it. That should have been their first priority when they came in.
Can I just say I have to apologise about my sound issues. Colin Major, a good friend of the channel, messages and says we can still hear your background noise, and I know why. It's because I had the audio settings on StreamYard to my USB camera microphone, not to the microphone I'm on. So I'm pressing mute, thinking I'm a good lad, and you can hear the wife shouting in the background. I'm going my leg over tonight, and you can hear it all. So my apologies for that. I've now got this where if I press mute, it presses mute, and I thought I was, and obviously
I was muting you myself anyway when I realised you were shouting at the missus. And
tell you what, when you're going on about academies, how good is that for the Northeast though? Like for like our area, I'm not talking about Borough and all that. I'm talking about the Northeast. We're so passionate. Like the kids up here, it's the same when I was younger. You go out the schoolyard, you bring out the football, you have a game of football, you go in, lunchtime, it's football. And it's still like that for all the kids now. But to have 2 top academies in the Northeast is only going to help, the young'uns up here. Well, I haven't barely got much up here, let's be honest, for the young'uns. It is run down a lot of places, but for somewhere to get top coaches, to get, mentoring, and then to develop into top footballers, it's class. And that is in itself, like you said, is only going to bring more eyes on the Northeast, in it. You know what I mean? And then, in a whole, if we could do that, produce more England future stars like we already have,
Absolutely.
That's just brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. Before we go very quickly, don't forget we've got great sponsors on this channel. We've got Diet Crow, 20% off using code BAZ20. Link is in the description. Same for the Geordie Land Experience, the multi-award winning Sparky. Absolute fabulous little company. So click the link below and book your tour. And we've also obviously got Prince Charming, who do framing shirts, they do prints, they cut keys, they sell loads and loads and loads of merchandise, from moving memorabilia, sports memorabilia, Newcastle stuff, other clubs, music memorabilia. It's all absolutely fantastic. And while as I've got you, don't forget 27th of February, we've got an amazing night booked. We've got Super Mac and Gibbo coming to Benfield Football Club. They're allowing us to do it for free. Everyone's doing it for free. We're doing it for free. We just want to raise money for charities. This is for Azure and for the Butterwick Hospice. All the money is going to them. It's only £15 per person. We've made it as cheap as possible to get 60, 70 is through the door. The drinks are cheap behind the bar, as Dan well knows. If you want tickets, just use the email address below or scan this Q card. That'll take you to the link to buy tickets. And we just want to have a cracking night. We've even got Graham Bailey involved as well. He'll talk about North East football. So we'll have some good questions if you guys want
from Team Talk.
Yeah, from Team Talk. So if you guys want any information of something behind the scenes on the night as well, we'll ask the questions and we'll give you the answers when we see you next. But just an amazing night it's going to be had. And I will do something extra for that night. If we sell all the tickets, right, and we sell 1,000 raffle tickets, all the prizes we've got.
Streaking, Baz. No one wants to see you
streaking. Close, very close.
Baz will keep his clothes on.
I will look like Stu and Richie.
You're putting about 5 stone on. Yeah, is that what you're doing?
I've already got that, mate. I've already got that. But if we sell all our tickets and sell 1,000 raffle tickets, I will shave all my hair off for charity.
I haven't got.
This is to scream. No, you're not doing it. I will do it. Alan Shearer signed football street sign so far. We've got a Peter Beardsley signed shirt. We've got a £20 Greg's voucher to give away. We've got a $40 gift card to Diet Crow to give away. We've got a family of 4 tour, which is worth about £65 through Geordie Land Experience to give away. Malta was talking about throwing in a 4-ball for the golf. And again, I'm waiting for him to message me. You know, this thing here, mate. So if he can let me know what that is, I can put that into the prize. And then all you got to do is contact me for tickets, transfer the money over. I'll give you a number, and then we'll draw it the night after the night, because it'll be like an online raffle and not everyone will be there. Baz, can you grow a mustache? No, I can't. It's just ridiculous. It's not going to happen. I'll put a fake one on.
I got that one taken care of for you.
Yeah. Dan's got
Gary,
that
I'm the beard grower here.
That would be tastic, that, like, if you could do that, Baz. I'd like to see that.
A
big one with curls at the end, you know.
No. Right. Thank you to everyone on the panel for turning up tonight. It's been an absolute fantastic show. Again, remember, this is once a week, every Monday, shared between the 2 channels. So next week, it will be Mackems v Geordies on Stu's channel, Mackem Cabbie. So everyone who's a Newcastle fan on here, you want to join in the chat next Monday, go and subscribe. The link is at the very top of the description, so you can't miss it. Anything you want to shout out quickly, Stu, before we go? Apart from the blue pills?
Okay. The blue pills, no, I'm taking them tonight, mate, honestly. Get carried away clothing, which Kev, in aid of his late father Dave, God bless him, have a look on that. Let's Get Carried Away, man. The clothing store. Some cracking stuff on there. And, of course, the Mackem shop, which Malta runs. You see the... just type in... if us on Facebook, shop at mackem.shop, or facebook.com/Mackem shop. It's got lots of merchandise on there as well, so worth checking out. Have a look.
Brilliant. Excellent.
Just
Richie, thank you so much for your debut. Go on, Rob. It could be Tuesday.
Thank you very much for having us on. Thank you.
Yeah, it'll be Tuesday next week, because obviously
we'll be
Sunderland,
busy
unfortunately.
on Monday. We're playing.
Yeah, our eyes will be bleeding. Don't worry.
So Baz, our schedule for the rest of the week, we've got Thursday the review of the PSG game.
Yeah, and then
Friday we'll be over. Are we on?
We're on their channel. Yeah,
on Martin's channel for Oil Brothers. Yep.
Yeah, Oil Brothers on Friday night, and then Sunday we will do the review of the Sunday. We play on Sunday. I can't remember. Yeah, we're playing Sunday, aren't we? So we'll be doing a review of the match. So yeah, just keep an eye out, hit the bell button. You should get notified. And yeah, thank you so much for everyone in the chat for keeping this going. And Malta, message me. Good night, everyone.
Cheers, lads.
See you later.
Okay, right. Ta-ra.
Cheers, Errol.